Have you stopped to think that many of the things that arise after 250 years have no origin in the city but in your kitchen? High blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, joint pain, intestinal problems, and constant sadness. All this in many cases comes from what you experience not eating every day. In truth, it is direct and perhaps discomfortable. What you choose to eat has the power to determine how you will develop, or more surprising, this is not an alternative or personal opinion. It is science. There are more and more studies showing that nutrition has a direct impact on body health, mind, and longevity. This video is for you who have passed over 50, are approaching this phase, or take care of someone who is sick. We are going to present you 5 natural, simple, and accessible recipes which are very flavorful. They have the potential to cleanse the body, strengthen the intestine, regulate hormones, and reactivate energy that seemed destined for the past like time. If health is a priority for you, take advantage now to verify if you are registered on the channel. I guarantee that you receive more content like this. Practical tips to live with more lightness, consciousness, and vitality. Here is our commitment. At the end of this video, you will not only know these recipes, but you will also know how to apply them in a real way in your daily routine, without miraculous diets or impossible promises. Now, before we start with the recipes, it is important to understand why the body changes both after 50 and how the food influences each part of the process. The importance of food in maturity. As 2 years pass, the human body undergoes profound transformations, and none of them can be seen from the outside. Around 50, your metabolism slows down, your immune system weakens, and inflammatory processes become more frequent and silent. This means that something that previously went unnoticed can now cause a much greater impact on your health. A diet poor in nutrients, rich in industrialized foods, hidden sugars, and unhealthy fats directly sours organs such as the liver, kidneys, and mainly the intestine. And this is exactly where a domino effect begins. The inflamed intestine affects digestion, compromises immunity, alters mood, and makes it difficult. You must have heard that everything comes in the intestine. And that phrase was never true. This organization is one of 2 command centers of the organization. When nourished, it distributes health to the rest of the body. But when you are overloaded or unbalanced, your back may have warning signs such as headaches, constant fatigue, joint pain, and changes in mood. Science confirms that many of us already know how to practice. Food can be poison, but it can also be a cure. A recent study by Tufts University in the United States revealed that 45% of deaths from cardiovascular diseases are directly linked to diet. Or more impressive, those who make simple changes to the diet will notice significant improvements in less than 30 days. You know, even after 50, 60, or 70 years, the body is still capable of regenerating, as long as it receives certain stimuli. And it is exactly that the recipes that you are going to know to follow are to be offered. Recipe 1, Alho water plus coconut oil. Now that you understand how food can be a turning point in health after 50, it is time to put this into practice with the first powerful combination, Alho water, coconut oil. Simple, affordable, and incredibly effective, these 2 ingredients have been used in generations, and some science helps explain why. Let's start with water. When the food is kneaded and allowed to rest for a few minutes before being consumed, it activates a substance called allicin, which has strong anti-inflammatory and natural antibiotic properties. When ingested with water and jelly, it acts as a true body cleanser, helping to regulate blood pressure, combat internal inflammation, and strengthen the immune system in the first hours of the day. The preparation is very simple. Knead some raw alcohol, let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes, and mix with a flake of filtered water. Drink them daily for at least 15 days in a row. The taste may seem strong at first, but the results are usually quick. Less bloating, more disposition, and a more regulated intestine. Complementing this recipe, tea or coconut oil, an especially useful ally for the brain and digestive system. It is rich in middle-grade fatty acids, which are easily converted into energy. A few tablespoons of soup per day, mixed with coffee, or used in food preparation, is enough to notice the effects. Better memory, greater concentration, more energy, and prolonged satiety. Including these 2 ingredients at the beginning of the day is how to give the body or fuel the right amount to function better. Best. It is natural, cheap, and highly functional. In the next recipe, we are going to explore 2 night ingredients that help calm, reduce inflammation, and strengthen the body as soon as you fall asleep. Recipe 2, Inhame soup. plus cha de loro. If during the day or body needs stimulation and energy, at night it gives you rest, regeneration, and relief. Therefore, the second recipe combines two ingredients perfect for the nighttime period: inhame soup and loro cha. Together, they offer true anti-inflammatory and restorative care for the mature organism. We start with inhame, an underrated food, richer in nutrients such as iron, potassium, fiber, and B vitamins. Its effect on blood is direct. It helps eliminate toxins, improves circulation, and strengthens body defenses. When consumed in the form of soup or inhaled, it nourishes and acts as a natural pain reliever. Ideal for quenching a tired body, eating, or without disposition. A simple and effective recipe includes two popular methods cooked with alcohol, onion, a pinch of turmeric, and green leaves such as cave or spinafre. The result is a light, nutritious, and deeply revitalizing food, ideal to be consumed without eating. Complementing the effect of soup or luro cha has a digestive and calming touch. The luro is traditionally used by older people, and with reason. It helps relieve gas, improves the functioning of the body, regulates blood sugar, and has relaxing properties that promote sleep. To prepare, boil 3 sheets of flour in 300 nemisurmirfo water for 5 minutes. Deiksh amornar and toma pause jantar before sleeping. The taste is smooth and the effects accumulate over time. Better sound quality, less digestive discomfort, and a sensation of lightness in the manhun. If you are enjoying the days here, take advantage now to leave your like. This shows that this content is being useful for you, and it also helps more people discover these natural health recipes. Now, we continue with a recipe that can transform a simple salty dish into a truly natural treatment. Recipe 3, onion salad plus frozen limon raspa. It's something that can be transformed with a clever touch of ingredients. It's salty. In this third recipe, you will discover how two extremely accessible foods, raw red onion and frozen lime peel, can function as powerful allies to reduce inflammation in the body and improve cardiovascular health. We start with onion, especially the red version. Rich in quercetin and sulfurized composts, it acts directly in cleaning arteries, combating chronic inflammation, and improving blood circulation. When consumed raw, its effects become even more intense, since its enzymes remain active and functional. A practical suggestion is to prepare a simple salty dish: finely chopped red onion, lemon juice, extra virgin olive oil, and a pinch of salt. This mixture, besides being delicious, helps reduce abdominal pain, improve digestion, and relieve symptoms such as increased circulation and abdominal cramps, common after 50. And here comes the special touch: a frozen lemon peel. Most people discard casca, but it concentrates a high load of antioxidants and essential oils. When grated on top of fruits, cereals, yogurts, or even salty ones, it helps to alkalize the blood, cleanse the liver, and balance the acidity of the stomach. In addition, its refreshing flavor gives lightness to the food, and the therapeutic benefits come immediately: more energy, lighter digestion, and a true internal fatigue. Combining these two ingredients is investing in a simple, functional diet, backed by scientific evidence. Best of all, you don't need expensive supplements or difficult diets, only a well-planned and conscious diet. In the next recipe, we will discover how to hydrate, nourish, and detoxify the body in the first hours of the day with an easy and refreshing preparation. Recipe 4, green suco with coconut water, plus tanchagum cha. After making recipes that strengthen the body and promote detoxification throughout the day, it is time to focus on hydration and regeneration. This fourth combination makes a perfect pair to start your manhuns with energy and lightness. Green sugar with coconut water and tanning chaff. Coconut water in itself is one of the most powerful natural liquids that exist. The mineral repoint balances the body's pH and hydrates lightly and efficiently. When combined with green foods such as vegetables, or salt, the result is a very rich sucrose in chlorophyll, iron, calcium, and fibers, which act directly in the purification of the organism and in the activation of the intestine in the first hours of the day. Or I prepare simple ones: whisk without liquidizer a flake of coconut water with 2 coconut leaves and some fresh vegetable leaves. Drink jejum 2 to 3 times a week. The effect is almost immediate: more lightness, less swelling, and an intestine that begins to function regularly. Logo a pause, au am another moment of the day, the cha de tanchajam enters como reforzo. Considered one of the most complete medicinal Herbs in nature with anti-inflammatory, healing, and expectorant properties. It is indicated for those suffering from irritated intestines, frequent urinary infections, or respiratory problems. To prepare, simply boil a mixture of dried leaf soup in a glass of water for about 10 minutes. Koe I teika inda morno daily for at least a week. Its effects are only noticed in digestion, no relief of gases, no breathing, and no sensation of abdominal weight. These two recipes work in harmony. 1. Nourishes and purifies, another regenerates and protects. The best, they are made with simple ingredients, which you can find at any street or local market. There, tell me our comments. Which of these recipes do you most identify with now? I really want to know what you intend to test first. Recipe 5, Casero yogurt plus maçã vinegar with alacrim. Here we talk about cleansing, hydrating, energizing, and calming the body. Now it's time to take care of a central point for health after 50, the intestine. The 5th recipe combines 2 elements with strong probiotic and detoxifying action: homemade yogurt and corn vinegar with alacrim. Homemade yogurt is one of the most effective and economical ways to maintain balanced intestinal flora. Contrary to industrialized versions, which are often free of additives and hidden sugars, home-prepared yogurt preserves live lactobacilli, beneficial bacteria that aid digestion, strengthen immunity, and improve nutrient absorption. To prepare it, you only need 2 ingredients: whole wheat milk and a small portion of natural yogurt, which will serve as the initial ferment. After the fermentation process, you will have a creamy, smooth, and highly therapeutic food, which can be consumed pure with fruits or as a base for molds and soda voice preparations. Consumed once a day, preferably not coffee or coffee before bed, or yogurt improves mood, regulates the intestine, and brings lightness to the digestive system. Jaw or corn vinegar with alacrim comes in as a powerful complement. Vinegar helps regulate blood sugar, stimulates digestive enzymes, and helps the body eliminate toxins. Alacrim A in turn is an antioxidant, protector of the nervous and cardiovascular systems. To make it, add a fresh bunch of alacrim to a glass of organic corn vinegar and let it sit for a few days. Afterwards, use a kohler diluted in water before the main meals. This double date or cycle of 5 recipes with the key to gold, promoting intestinal balance, cellular protection, and more energy for the day by day. Now that you already know these 5 recipes, perhaps you are wondering how to fit everything in your routine without complications. This is exactly what we are going to see next. How to integrate recipes into a rotina. Knowing what to do is important, but knowing how to apply it day by day is what really transforms knowledge into habit. The good news is that these 5 recipes do not require major changes in your routine. In truth, the simpler the application, the greater the chance that it will become a natural part of your life. The secret is to start a fuser with 1 or 2 recipes at a time. Experiment for a few days. Observe how your body reages and then incorporate the following. This approach reduces your sense of effort and increases your perception of benefits. Organizing your preparations by day's schedule is also an effective strategy. Pelam and hum. Opt for recipes that activate the body, such as alho, water, or green sugar with coconut water or homemade yogurt. They help to cleanse, hydrate, and give energy to the body to start the day in balance. No food. It includes a functional savory dish, such as onion with oil and lime. If preferred, finish the meal with tanning chaff to facilitate digestion and calm the intestine. At night, choose preparations that favor rest and regeneration, such as inhame soup and loro cha. They help the body slow down and recover from the demands of the day. It is not necessary to use all the recipes every day. The ideal is to alternate according to the needs of your body. If you have a slow intestine, rely on fiber and probiotics. If you feel tired, prioritize detoxifying recipes. If you are anxious or feel mild, give yourself space to calming options. As time goes by, these schools stop being an obligation and become a moment of personal, peaceful, and transformative care. In sequence, you are going to find 2 real examples of people who will completely change the way we live, starting exactly with what we put in the right place. Historias reales de transformación. It is always inspiring to see in practice how small changes can generate big results. For this reason, I want to tell you 2 real stories of people who, by applying these recipes not day by day, will transform not only our health, but also the way we live and feel our own body. First up is Mr. João, 64 years old. He took 3 different medications to control his blood pressure, felt constantly bloated, and had a tight intestine. Everything began to change when he decided to include some natural recipes in his routine. Come with water from alho and jelly, adoto or homemade yogurt, and troco or jantar heavy with inhame soup. In just a few weeks, the results will begin to appear. The exams will show you better, your belly has fallen, your mood has stabilized, and you have begun to move forward as you need to take care of the garden again. Secondly, the feeling was that he had recovered 20 years of life, everything from which he chose to place his name. The second story is Dona Zuleide, 72 years old. She suffered with reflux, pain, and persistent tiredness. I slept poorly, I lived uncomfortably, and at each new doctor's appointment, I returned home with another tablet. I was in a conversation with a vision that I heard for the first time, or that you may be feeding your doenças. Zuleida troco or strong coffee with green suco, then drink. Coffee at night and include corn vinegar with alacrim before meals. In less than a month, the senses and intestines will regularize, as the blood will decrease and the disposition will decrease. Hohi, she is not considered cured, but renewed. If these stories will touch you in some way, leave them like now. Thus, more people have access to these stories and can be inspired to take the first step towards a more conscious health. In the next chapter, we are going to show you how everything is organized in a practical way to apply not day by day, without complications. Throughout this video, you have seen that taking care of your health after 50 doesn't need to be complicated, expensive, or restrictive. In truth, the ingredients that can transform your body and your life are within your reach. In the backyard, not in your home, or even in your geladeira. These 5 recipes are much more than natural combinations. They represent a new thought about personal care, a way to reconnect with your body, examine it with more attention, and offer what it really needs to live well, with more lightness, disposition, and vitality. It is important to remember, it is not about living forever, but about living better as long as you live. Every kolar, every cha, every conscious school is a step in the direction of a more balanced, more present, and happier life. If you want to have everything organized, ingredients, quantities, step by step, in a practical and visual way, access the free guide that is available in the video description and also in the first posted comment. This material will help you put into practice everything you learn here in an easy and semi-mystery way. And before you go out, a special request: check if you are registered on the channel. I guarantee that you receive more content like this with real, natural, and transformative resources so that you want to develop with health, autonomy, and the joy of living. Share this video with someone you love and who also deserves to discover the power of food as a healing tool. And our comments, please. I want to live better and better, because you don't know, that decision is in yours.